All right, get ready. In just about 24 hours, runners will be hitting the pavement for the 89th running of the Manchester Road Race.
It's a tradition like no other here in Connecticut, and these two men know it well. We're bringing in here our race commentator, Ian Brooks, and elite athlete coordinator, Jim Harvey. Great to have you guys back. This is so exciting. We're ready for tomorrow.
Aren't we just?
Another race, certainly are. And we've got a tremendous field. We've got an international field, people coming from all over the world, England, Ireland, Scotland, New Zealand, Kenya, and it's going to be an exciting event.
All right, so let's talk about those elite runners. Let's talk about the women, because earlier in the week, or last week, I was able to speak with Wayne Kaladi. Of course, she's coming back for a 5th time, hoping for another win. How's she looking? I know she sounds great. She seems like she's ready.
She arrived late last night. I haven't seen her yet at the hotel. 5 in a row would be a record. Amy Rudolph actually has won 5 overall, but there was a gap there. It's going to be tough to beat her.
Yeah.
She's going to go out for the first mile. Our cameras will be focused on her. The only 2 people that could pick her up, perhaps, Hannah Nuttall from Great Britain, the British 5,000 metre champion, and maybe Gracie Morris or Dorcas EY, but they're miler 1,500 metre runners. So watch the space when Wayne takes off. The only way she could lose is if something goes wrong.
Right. Injury or something like that.
Injury, maybe she overreaches. I have the feeling that she's going to try and break the 22:55, the record she set here.
Her first year.
The first year, Erica, yes. Don't we remember that well?
She finished in the top 20 overall. Wow.
So
yeah.
It would be very impactful if she were to do it.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Let's see, but my money is on Wayne. I think she's going to pull it off, and the weather's looking great, too.
Yeah.
You don't win a race on paper, though, Bridget.
That's true. That's true. That's why we all have to tune in to see if she can do it. The other one to watch on the men's side, Jim, is Andrew Colley, an American, and he's going for number 2 victory.
Yes, he's going for number 2 victory, and no American or no athlete has had back-to-back victories for more than 20 years.
On the men's side.
On the men's side, so that's a hard ask. He's joined by a more competitive field on the men's side. He's joined by the 2023 champion Morgan Beadlescombe, who is actually the 2nd fastest man on the course. He was 2nd in 2022 when the record was set by Calamans. He was the 2nd behind, and then he came back and won the following year. So those 2 champions go head to head, and there's a very good Kenyan athlete who was 7th in the Olympic Games, 7th in the World Championships, Edwin Kurgat. He's a guy to watch, and overall it's much less predictable than the women's race, so it's going to be very exciting. We could have a bunch of athletes coming off the bend onto Main Street here, and should be a really good race to call.
How has Edwin Kurgat placed in previous years?
He was 3rd last year, and he made a break at 4 miles. He had about a 10-yard gap on Andrew Colley. He looked like he'd won the race, and Andrew Colley was patient, reeled him in, and then kicked when they came around the turn onto Main Street. And Edwin Kurgat was mad about it. He knew he'd made a tactical error, so he's out to rectify that this year.
Let's talk about the weather, because these runners are very affected by the weather. We know rather that it's not going to be raining, but the temperatures are going to be a little chilly, and we're going to have some wind.
The temperature won't impact, I don't think. What could impact is the wind. So in the early stages, if they're facing the wind, for argument's sake, that might slow up the first mile. But the runners in the men's race, I don't think are concerned with the time necessarily. They want to win. Manchester, for Andrew Colley and Beadlescombe, was arguably their greatest races of their career thus far. So they're thinking of winning. Time will be secondary, and the weather can impact that.
Manchester Road Race, my first time. I'm so excited. And we have a mix of talented amateurs and a elite class of runners.
Yes.
So it's going to be on full display. We do this in Connecticut, Manchester, but also Manchester, England. And there's this partnership that comes together.
New this year.
Jim Harvey, that was his idea.
Yeah, that
God bless his
was my
cotton
idea.
socks.
I haven't heard that one.
I was driving into Newport one day, and I saw the sign, Newport twinned with Kinsale Island. And I thought, there's a lot of towns that twin, but there's never been a road race that's twinned. And the Manchester Road Race in England is the biggest 10K in Europe, 35,000 competitors, big international field. I met one of the officials in Boston in a restaurant on Boylston Street, and I floated the idea. I said, why not twin our two races? We've got an iconic race that's been going for almost 90 years. You've got the largest race in Europe, and it's an ideal mix. So the first American on tomorrow will be flown to Manchester, England, on May 31st for the 10K, and then the reciprocal agreement will come. The first Brit in England will be flown to Manchester for next year.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah, it's a great time.
I love that.
Yeah.
But you should note this, since it might be raining tomorrow, that would be perfect to go to Manchester in England because it's known as one of the wettest capitals in England. So,
Except it won't be raining. No rain.
Right.
We want sunshine.
But the two towns,
don't get it in England. Don't get it in England.
Yes.
the two towns have a lot of time, though. They're both old mill towns. Manchester was built on cotton, Manchester, Connecticut on silk, and they're both full of hard-working, industrious people that are passionate about sport. So there's a great following in both communities for the race. So it's a beautiful match.
And both races are legendary, and we're
And both
looking
they
so
are.
forward to it.
Can't wait to see how the runners
Yes.
out there. And to be joined by you too.
Well,
Ian?
this will be the first time I've worked with two fine, attractive women.
It's always a good
appreciate
Oh,
time.
actually, go back in time, I did, yes. The first year I worked with a young lady, yes.
Oh.
But
Okay.
welcome to the family, Bridget.
Thank you so much. I'm excited.
Yes. All the action starts live in downtown Manchester at 9 a.m. tomorrow. We hope you join us here on Fox 61, also streaming on Fox 61 Plus and on our news app.